Hello friends, beautiful beings, and free spirits. Today we're going to talk about how to become whole again through the process of individuation created by famous psychiatrist Carl Jung. And I'm also going to talk to you about how Indo philosophy sees the consciousness, the subconscious, and the unconscious. Individuation is the process of incorporating the unconscious mind into the conscious. It was created by Carl Gustav Jung, but there's nothing new under the sun. Thousands of years ago, Hindu philosophy was already analyzing and studying the mind, the unconscious, the conscious, and the subconscious. They talk about Samskaras, Vritis, or the Citta. The unconscious is hard to access because it is a collection of memories, thoughts, and desires that we have repressed deep into the darkness. The unconscious drives most of our desires and deepest feelings. Carl Jung also referred to the collective unconscious, which is extremely interesting. He noticed that throughout time, many civilizations use the same symbols and the same designs, which reflects a deep unconscious that we all share in common as a species. Carl Jung referred to 4 aspects of the self. And this is fascinating to me because also in studying Hindu philosophy, we refer a lot to the self and the parts of the person, which we are going to go into in a minute. But first, let's go through these 4 aspects of the self according to the process of individuation created by Carl Jung. These 4 aspects of the self are the ego, the persona, the shadow, and the anima or animus. The ego is who we think we are based on past experiences. The ego creates a feeling of separateness with the rest of humanity. From the moment we realized that we were individuals, we started using the word I, and this has created the ego persona and separateness with the rest of us. The persona is the mask that we wear to fit in the community, society, or a group. The persona is the labels that we have put on ourselves or that other people have placed on us. The persona and all the labels that come with it is an artificial construct, meaning that it's not your true self. A construct is an artificial, subjective explanation of something that is not based on reality or on evidence. The persona is mainly conscious, but it can also have aspects of the unconscious. The shadow lives in the unconscious. It is all the characteristics or the aspects of ourselves that we don't like and we don't want to see and we have repressed into the darkness. The less conscious we are of this shadow, the darker the shadow is. The shadow contains a lot of our childish and immature behaviors that lower the human existence. The anima or animus lives in the unconscious. In every woman, there is a male aspect, which is called the animus. And in every man, there is a female aspect, called the anima. Every aspect of creation, every living thing has a female aspect and a male aspect. We are complex human beings. We are a species that we are just learning to discover and understand. Our mind is more complex than we give it credit for. We have male and female aspects, which create a very complex and sophisticated aspects of human beings. In Chinese philosophy, this was referred as the yin and the yang. The yin was the female aspect of everything, and the yang was the male aspect of everything. They are counterparts interrelated of a whole, and one cannot exist without the other. And we see this everywhere in nature. There is light and darkness, moon and sun, cold and hot, day and light, female and male. And this is deep in our unconscious as a species, as human beings. And this was referred by Carl Jung as Anima and Animus. Most people have not learned to incorporate the sexual counterpart into their conscious in a healthy way. The process of individuation is integrating this unconscious into the conscious. And this is not an easy process because we have to bring to light a lot of things, feelings and emotions and repressed thoughts that we don't want to face. Some of them may be scary, even not very nice. But many people believe this is the only way to become whole again, which is to know our true self. First of all, we need to realize that we are not the ego, the persona, or the shadow. And that the unconscious is a dangerous thing because it's a living thing that lives in our psyche. And if we ignore it and keep it repressed, it creates a lot of mental health issues. There's some people that as they grow older, they get rid of the ego and the persona and they don't care too much about what others say or do. They naturally come through this process of individuation, realizing that they are not the ego and they are not the persona, the mask that they have been wearing for years. And they have the courage and the realization to be their true selves. Other people need a little more help, and this is when therapy becomes useful to help someone bring to light things that have been repressed in the unconscious and in past experiences. Self-awareness is the key instrument to bring the unconscious to the conscious. Through self-awareness and practices like meditation and yoga, we can know the nature of this shadow and the nature of the ego and the persona and bring to light the real true self. The process of individuation is a personal process and cannot be forced in any person. A person has to be ready to make the first steps to realize that they are not the ego and they are not the persona. And with some help and guidance, they can even realize that they are the true self. Hindu philosophy has studied the subconscious and the unconscious mind for thousands of years, and they have created a huge body of study where they explained the mysteries of the mind. Manomaya Kosha is the third sheet or layer of the body that contains a lot of the subconscious mind. It has three elements called Citta, Vritis, and Samskaras. Citta is our emotional reactions, and this can be positive or negative. When we let these emotional reactions that are subjective get out of control, Hindu philosophy compares them with rocks that we throw into a calm lake, and they create waves. These are called Vritis. Vritis is the collection of all these thoughts that make the lake have a lot of waves, and the nature of our mind should be a calm lake. And all these Vritis create all these waves that disturb the mind and create like muddy waters that don't allow us to see clearly. This all happens in the subconscious mind according to Hindu philosophy. And when these Vritis become a pattern and we repeat them again and again and again without any conscious thought, it becomes Samskaras. These Samskaras become rooted in the self and cloud our true self. If you find this interesting, stay tuned for my next video where I'm going to talk about all these aspects of the mind according to Hindu philosophy. In the meantime, I hope you find this very helpful to help you explore how you have a lot of tools that can help you become whole again and realize your true self. That is the whole purpose of my channel and my life coaching practice. If you find this video helpful, please share it with your friends and family. Please subscribe to the button below if you like this video. That would help me a lot to create more engagement and being able to put these videos out there and reach out to more people. As always, take care of yourselves, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video.